Hey folks, so in this video, I'll introduce the concept of a separate chaining hash table. So what's the idea? Initially, we're going to start with some array, and this array will be of like size m, right? That's the letter we've been using. So for each position in this array, what we're going to say is that there is going to be a linked list, right? And initially, when we first create this data structure, you can imagine they're all going to be empty, right? That's fine. And I have these different indices, and each of these different indices is basically going to be something that I could potentially hash to, right? When I'm trying to add something, right? I start with a key, I get the hash value, then I clean it up with the modulus, right, and then I have an index I want to use, right? So all those, right, are valid places in my array I could put something, and in each of those positions I have a linked list. Now, that's kind of how I initialize the thing, and then what I'll say is the following. Let's say I want to add a key. If I want to add a key, then I'm going to basically do the computation to get to the index, and then go to the index and add that element to the linked list, okay? Because it's like, well, there's a linked list there, I'll just add it there. And yeah, if I want to get something, then I have to basically go to that linked list, where I can jump to that right index, the index where it's at, and then search through it. So yeah, it's actually not that bad, right? Again, the idea is somehow is like I'm gonna have an array of linked lists, and those linked lists are basically everything that hashed, right? The hashed and modulus to that particular value, right? So let's take a look at the right-hand side. I have a little bit of a trace. Again, we have something super trivial. It doesn't require, a real hashing operation, so we're just adding integers. We have here basically is we have a little array with m equal 4. Obviously, we're going to do our mod 4 at the end, and so this is what happens, right? I start with 0, right? I want to start it. It wants to go to index 0, right? So this thing over here, right? This first item entry, right, wants to go to this position over here, right? And over by 0. And so it does, right? And you can see I added over here. Then I go to 1, right? Well, 1, right? Basically, I'm going to modulus it gets a 1. That means it wants to go over here, and you can see it goes over here, right? Then we go to 2. 2 is obviously itself, so it's going to go here again, right? Basically, 2 modulus 2 is 2, right? So we're going to put it at index 2. So 2 ends up kind of where we expect it. Then we go to 3. 3 modulus 4 is still 3. Stuff is good, right? Ends up over in index 3, right over here. Okay, stuff is good. So these kind of are basically going one by one, adding like the first element each time to the front of those different linked lists. Then right, we're going to continue. This is where we start getting collisions. So it's like, well, I'll go to insert 4. 4 ends up hashing and modulusing to 0. So I have to put it at that first position. That means that all of a sudden I'm added to the linked list, right? So over here, this thing over here, right, is now showing up over here, right, at the end. It's just like I'm putting it into that bucket. And you can see the same thing happens with 5 and 6. We're basically saying, okay, for 5, it hashes to 1, right? Hashes the modulus to 1. That means we want to look at index 1 and add it to that list over there. So we end up over there. 6, same thing, right? Modulus it, hash it, get value 2, put it at index 2. So yeah, we have basically, right, our little thing being filled in. So it's a pretty straightforward idea, right? Just have linked lists each of the positions. When something hashes to it, just throw it there, right? And then if I need to look something up, then I'll have to go to that list, and search through it and find what it is that matches. All right, so that's the basic idea of chaining. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through kind of a sample question prompt of tracing this algorithm to produce a result.